Welcome to Deep Connect, the place to help you feel deeply connected to yourself, your desires, and in your relationships. I'm your host, Raven Avery. Today's topic is conscious relationships. What are they? How do you know if you want one? Is this just an arena for men with small packages to thrive in? Let's dive deep. Look out, men. She is possibly the sweetest expression of erotic pleasure known to man. However, we're not sure since not all of her lovers are fully recovered yet. It's Tori, relationship coach and Bay Area love tornado. Hi, Tori.
Woo, hey.
And I could not resist starting the show without inviting the woman I believe could take down future servers at Google with just the flip of her hair. She can be seen at Ecstatic Dancing being the serving tray for fruit. It's bombshell and relationship hypnotherapist, Kristina.
Hi.
And last but certainly not least, ladies, you're going to want to hang on to your downward dog. It's the man who knows the art of literary lube, philosopher and writer, Troy. Welcome, you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So conscious relationships versus what? Unconscious relationships? What is a conscious relationship? Like, how do you guys define it?
It's
For you guys.
everything, honestly. I think it's moving through every trigger and every step of the relationship with this level of mindfulness that we have and compassion, empathy for the other person's experience as much as our own. And that's some work, but it's good.
So what is the difference between a conscious relationship and the relationships you've had before? You claim that term.
Before, I would always try to keep myself safe first, rather than understanding the unity of what was happening between two people, trying to protect my own wounds. And in a conscious relationship, those are being healed together every single day.
So would that be like more fighting?
No.
Or no beforehand? No?
No.
Okay.
For me, it doesn't lead to as many fights. We argue.
Yeah.
Sometimes we do. But it's all held in this container of at least the intention of love and compassion, empathy, and listening and understanding your own triggers rather than blaming the other person for your own trigger, to just be able to say, this is what I'm feeling right now, and I just wanted to share that.
Yeah, that's really powerful.
Yeah.
How about you, Tori?
Well, for
What's
me,
your definition?
conscious relationships is letting your full self be seen, really allowing the other person to know all the parts of you.
Yeah.
and
Which
not
is scary
try to
sometimes,
hide.
right?
Oh my God, totally
Right?
scary.
Here's
Yeah.
all of me.
Yeah, and
Right.
can you accept that? Can you love that? So
Yeah.
it's being in a relationship is like a active term. It's not just I'm in this relationship. It's like you are relating all the time and kind of keeping a pulse on what's actually happening on the other end, on your end.
So is it safe to say that we're representing, the conscious women, and Troy, is it safe to assume that you're representing the conscious man?
I seem to be the only one here, so I guess so.
Have you guys heard of this term snag?
Yeah.
Sensitive new age guy?
Yep.
Like, what do you guys think of this? Is this like a turn on, or is it like a derogatory term, you guys think?
That's my snag. I don't know. I don't use the term personally, but the idea of it, what does it stand for? Sensitive, new age guy.
Yeah.
I like a man that is sensitive. I can work with it.
Yeah.
I think sensitive gets caught up with not being masculine, not being traditionally in that way of being, and sometimes that can seem like a bad thing. So it really depends on who you're asking.
And I'm glad you brought up masculinity, because I feel like sometimes masculinity kind of gets confused or washed out in the term conscious, that men are only like meditating and yoga. And how does masculinity express itself within the term conscious man? I mean, can we still get...
Well, I think there's a myth that being vulnerable is not masculine, and so I'd say in the more conscious relationship, vulnerability is masculinity. It is strength, and it's seen as weakness by a lot of people. But bringing that willingness to show all of you is
Do you remember a transition in your life where you really either grappled with that, like still holding on to masculinity within the terms of being a conscious man?
Yeah, no, I had a big complex around not being masculine enough that was reinforced a lot in my life, and I'd say it really shifted for me when I started doing some personal growth work and going to these workshops from the Human Awareness Institute, HAI, and yeah, really starting to see like my definitions of what masculine meant, what a man was supposed to be, were really not serving me and not allowing me to be my full self.
Right.
All right, but let's be honest now.
Yeah.
Which one attracted more chicks?
Definitely this new way of looking at it.
Being a hot conscious man?
Yeah, there's a confidence that goes with that, a quiet confidence.
Yeah. I think that's the difference. I know as a conscious woman, it's like it's almost like developing a new attractiveness. You know, of what I find like a man.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
You know,
as soon as I became more conscious, my taste in men has completely flipped.
Yeah,
absolutely. And I think that we put men in these roles of, you should be holding my emotions and you should be protecting me and all of that. But like, men have that too. Men have emotions that are not recognized or taken care of or honored by women, and now I love it. I think that you're right. I think that vulnerability is so strong. Yeah.
Is there room for a bad boy conscious man, do you think? Like,
yeah.
Totally.
Yeah? What does it look like?
There's room for every side in a man. You know?
Right?
God, it depends in what situation. Like, you know, you can hold that for the bedroom. You can.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I think so. I don't think there's any right or wrong. I think part of being in the conscious relationship is accepting and loving everything that person is.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I know in my transition into more conscious dating and relationships, it's been a dramatic difference in my life, especially in the quality of people that have been present in there. But this has been awesome, and that's all the time that we have for now on this topic. But tune in to the Deep Connect show for more topics, such as what do women really want, the power of the introvert, and cuddling? What? I'm your host, Raven, and we'll see you on the deep side.